So I saw Deadpool 3, but I think they advertised it as it was advertised as Deadpool and Wolverine. But regardless of the title, it was a I had fun with the movie. I thought it was a pretty fun time overall. Now I don't know if people are debating this or not. Like I know when I watched with my friends, they were iffy about it. Some people are iffy about it too. But overall, I think the majority of people think it was a pretty fun, good time movie, and that's what we're going to talk about. So the things I really liked about this movie most definitely was the action and like the actual fan service they did give to fans. I think that was pretty good. Like you saw like, different it's like the plot of the movie, I should go about that. It's just, Deadpool, the universe is about to, get erased. Needs to find Wolverine to make sure his universe stays, intact. Yada yada yada. That's the whole point of the movie. It's just him finding Wolverine, then, going through hijinks and shenanigans to make sure his universe is safe. That's the plot. Very simple. That's whatever. But besides that, I think everything driving the plot, like the action, the characters and whatnot, that's what makes this movie. I think that's what makes this a very fun time and very rewatchable too. Like I go back to this movie and probably like rewatch if I want to. You know what I mean? Because like I think the fights itself are pretty good. Like I think the very first fight between like Wolverine and Deadpool, that was gas. I think that what they really did with Wolverine too, like they made him like a very animalistic too. Like it was a very dope fight. I feel like the action, they really go crazy with the action too. The cameos are great. Like how they kind of tied it in with the Loki universe too and the TVA. That was pretty cool. Like they tied it back to like that whole dead zone, not dead zone, but like that place where the people get erased whatever, or stick. There's a word they have for it, but like tase whatever. You go there. They have like a whole lore there with like people there from like other universes that got in it and whatnot, like the Fantastic Four universe. So they had like Johnny Storm with Chris Evans, Elektra, Blade. They even had like Channing Tatum's Gambit. We never actually got off the ground. It was always like kind of talked about like a Channing Tatum Gambit movie, but never got off the ground. So they had like all these characters and whatnot just in that universe or that pocket dimension. And that was like their cameos and whatnot. I really liked that. That was cool. You even had like X-24 lore, people call her. So like, what they did with for the fans when it comes to like the cameos and action, that was really good. I feel like this is my opinion, but I think it's very very valid. I feel like there's like a better version of the third Spider movie, No Way Home. It's like with No Way Home, it was when you first watch it, it was cool. Like, oh, you got to see all your Spider-Mans come together, work together, whatnot. They have emotional moments. But that was just the thing. It was like a lot of moments in the movie, but not a lot of action with the Spider-Mans. Like I didn't actually get to see Andrew Garfield throw hands. I didn't get to see Tobey Maguire throw hands. I kind of just saw them have moments already with their characters or villains, and that was really it. And it felt kind of like a very closed thing. Like there was like a talk about multiverse, but the very big set pieces or action that was kind of towards the end or the beginning with Doctor Strange and him fighting him, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fighting him. Even that was kind of weird also, you know what I mean? So with the Spider-Man movie, like it was just very fan servicey, but like it was just kind of like a moment and that was it. Like I'm not really gonna rewatch No Way Home for real, you know what I mean? I might, look at clips on the internet for like, maybe them speaking together, but that was it. But with Deadpool and Wolverine, like not only do they have moments, but they have the action to back it up too. Like when it comes to action, actually give you action. I think that's why I prefer this movie more because I can like really rewatch this movie and enjoy myself. It's not like a one-time event like No Way Home. It's more like this is an event, but also it's an event you could like go back to every now and then. It's like even with all the cameos too, like Gambit for example, like they actually gave Gambit time to throw hands. Like if you're a Blade fan, Blade was actually throwing hands too. Elektra, she was throwing hands. Laura, she was throwing hands too, and obviously Wolverine would be throwing hands. But everyone had their time in the sun to like have good action. It was worth to see him again. You could like actually have a moment like, oh, I could go back on YouTube, rewatch this scene right here, like enjoy, you know what I mean? So that's what I really like about this movie for sure. Like it's just when they give you the action, they actually give you the action, and it's actually like a true passion project, So that's what I really like too. Like a true, like there's not a lot of passion projects when it comes to movies. It's kind of like cash grabs. Like this, you could say this is a cash grab, but I don't even think so. I feel like this is like them having fun with the characters and whatnot, bringing them back, and kind of send that foundation from Marvel to like bring back fun comic book movies. It's like nowadays they kind of feel lifeless, or like they're kind of like games. Like it's like gonna be a movie that's either gonna be really good, or not really good. Like yeah, like that. Movies are either gonna be really good or kind of mid. You know, it's like it's a coin flip. You know, there's an occasional really bad movie like Thor. What was it, Love and Thunder? That should have been a gas movie, but like they dropped the ball with that. But you know, after this, I have like faith for Marvel. Like they're starting to like get the gist of things. You know, finding their footing once again. You know, getting the foundation ready. Because like I think the next step is I think Secret Wars, and that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna talk about it too, but they just announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, so that's gonna be interesting. I'll make a video about that. But overall, I feel like Marvel is starting to like find what they're looking for, because like beforehand, like after Endgame, they were kind of just lost in the mist. They didn't know what they really wanted to do. But now I feel like they're trying to like set things up. Okay, we have the X-Men now, Fantastic Four coming in, and so like they have a lot of places they can use to like set themselves up. You feel me? So overall, I thought the movie was fun. The plot you could say is but that's whatever. You know, when it comes to comic movies, like it's a bonus if the plot is gas. If the plot's just okay, but the action is fantastic, I'm okay with that. You know, like for movies, especially, I feel like you should know what you're walking into. Like with a movie, like with this movie, I wasn't expecting like a fantastic plot. If a fantastic plot would have been great, but as long as the action is good as an entertaining movie, that's what really matters. You know, like as long as I'm having fun after all at the end of the movie, that's decent enough for me. You know what I mean? Maybe that's ask for too little nowadays, but I feel like with Marvel movies, I feel like good action I can rewatch and enjoy, and basic storytelling. That's okay. I'm not looking for another Civil War or Winter Soldier. Like those will be great if we can get more of those, but like I'm also okay with them being just okay story wise, but cool action on top of that. You know what I mean? To balance it out. But yeah, that's the review. I recommend the movie. I had a fun time, and I'm hoping to see more from Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool, and even Wolverine too. Like if Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine for Secret Wars, that'd be kind of dope. Like to see him interact with Tobey Maguire, maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of gas just to see how that would work out. Just the chemistry and stuff like that. So I'm glad Hugh Jackman's back. He's been playing. Not thinking about. He's been playing Wolverine since I was a kid at this point. So that's pretty insane to think about. He's just been the Wolverine. So yeah, just overall a fun time. No complaints here. Until next time.